and of course on YouTube, everybody listening on Twitter and joining in on Twitter, and of course the people joining in from the Grow Subscribers group who are also on their own private stream. There we go. All right. So with that said, welcome again to Brick Talk. That was an early one, maybe just a little earlier that you would have been hearing. Randy, Danai, who you will hear in a couple of seconds, had to jump away. Just a usual disclaimer every week that I am not a financial advisor. Danai is a licensed investment advisor, however. But however, while we're talking on this program, we're not doing investment advice. It's very, very important that you are aware of that. I'm not trying to pretend to be a financial advisor, and Dana is not trying to pretend that this session is an advisory session. You guys should not buy or sell any equity based simply upon the things that we say in this podcast or anything anybody randomly said to you. Do your proper research, speak to a licensed investment advisor, and try and make the most sensible investment decision along those lines. All right. I want to be very, very clear on that. And that's the disclaimer. And you might hear me say that a time or two tonight. Now, this week's Brick Talk, we're talking about future IPOs and other stories, right? I thought it might be a great topic for us to talk about. And of course, there are other things to mention because the stock market some of them surprising in a good way, some of them surprising maybe in a not so good way. But whichever way you're looking at it, we will discuss it if you want. No. If you want to talk with us, join us, hit the space. If you want to send a message to us, you can use hashtag BrickTalk. We'll see it when we're looking at the space. And of course, you want to actually join in, and I'd encourage that, the actual joining in. Send a speaking request, we'll approve it, and we will all talk. Now, Daniel was just talking. I missed most of what you were saying, Daniel, but I like the last part I heard when you were saying that you're very
Trying to.
all right. And
Trying
how
to
has it?
not be greedy and miss out.
Nothing wrong with being greedy. Greedy is good. It's just unbridled greed is where the problem crops crops up. I
Right.
think. Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard you saying. I heard Danai mentioning that you said that you had a bunch of things that you wanted to talk about. Sorry, not what you like. We had a bunch of things you wanted to talk about.
I
And
mean, I
then
wouldn't say a bunch, but
I interrupted you when you were mentioning EduFocal that you say a lot of people have forgotten about or seem
I
to have
mean,
forgotten about.
yeah, it seems to have forgotten about. It seems like people thought last quarter's profit was flat because they didn't include the acquisition in it. And then they're also doing a lot of interesting things in this space, like the thing that came out 2 days ago with the library service. I'm not really sure of the details of it, the specifics, but yeah, it seems very interesting to me.
What do you think about that library service thing? I wasn't clear on what the details of that were either. I know Gordon, the CEO, Gordon Swiby, has been. I know it's something that I think he'll be looking to expound on over the coming weeks. But as far as I say, it looked like it's a general business thing. We know that Eddie Focal would have partnered with people before. I don't know what the partnership means, but Jamaica Library Service we know is a nice island-wide service link.
Right, yeah, and it
Oh,
seems that they're extending their reach to people without internet as well, without easy internet access.
word, ho.
I'm not sure, but that's what I saw in the tweet, I believe, in one of the tweets that Mr. Swaby had put out.
Well,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
no, I can't correct you. I mean, Swibi, if he's on, we can definitely come and correct us, and if not, he'd probably correct us next week. But what slowly? I think he had other tweets speaking to it too. Okay, there we go. They're partnered with the Jamaica Library Service to deploy learning centers. That makes sense, right? Considering the
Right.
business that Edifocal is in. So guys, if you see me slowing down or you hear me slowing down, it's because I am reading this properly for the very first time also. So we're all getting it live together. Did you read this already, Daniel?
The tweet.
Well, not the tweet, the actual article that was linked in the tweet.
Oh no.
Hold on. Yeah, okay, well, I'm reading it now, so I guess we'll all see it together. Hold on. So the landscape has seen tremendous changes, counteracting the limitation. So the Jamaica Library Service has free access on the internet in public schools, public libraries and school libraries island-wide, which makes sense since Edifocal being mostly an online service. Would need that sort of thing. So the partnership between Edifocal and the Jamaica Library Service is intended to expand the offerings to digital learning in a safe space for community and students. Okay. I mean, I'd probably rather if Edifocal spoke to this. I don't want to go too deep in it, but this is important, I think. The Jamaica Library Service network consists of 111 public libraries. Wow. 384 mobile library stops and 898 libraries across 13 parishes. What about the 14th? Oh, no, the parish that's missing is, however, due to inadequate resources, some of these facilities require retrofitting, as existing aesthetics may not aid in stimulating learning. So Edifocal is also going to be investing in infrastructure development of libraries across Ireland. Yo, that's good. So this is like one of those ways in which business also benefits the country. Because win, lose, or draw with this thing with Edifocal and Jamaica Library Service. Anyway, it works out. If they fix up a library or 2 or 3 or 4 or 344, I mean that fix is there no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hell of a thing.
There's a bunch of interesting stuff. Another small interesting thing that I just wanted to mention before I go. There's someone has been putting in some massive volumes for SBL and some other companies I can't remember right now. So the past 2 weeks.
Oh, you have to remember which
for 500,000 units for SPL, from what I remember.
Where did they trade?
I'm not sure if it traded down fully, but they were trading.
They were trading. That's what you said.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it traded down the order fully.
Well, I mean, at SVL's current price is 28.68. Aboriginal mind say, "Thank God, me." He's always buying it whenever it goes under $30. God, me buy it. I never buy it.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good price. Unfortunately, my average price for SPL is a little higher, but I'm still holding.
You still hold it. This is an opportunity for you to average down, right? That's the item myself. I've also bought a lot. I've also bought some above 30, but I also buy it when it's below 30. I am in profit with it currently, but I'll be open and tell you that I don't feel like I feel like I have enough. Then are you back?
Yeah, man, I'm back, bro.
All right.
Daniel, good?
Yeah, man.
I get up good enough already.
He is trying to close off with 2 things he mentioned just now. Him say SVL and SSLVC, but I don't know if you want to. Before that, he was talking about something with Edifocal. I see.
Edifocal.
Yeah, I see Swaby here. I don't know if Gordon, you, what's up? Can you hear us?
Yeah, man, I can hear you, Randy. Greetings, everybody.
Greetings, greetings, greetings. So I don't know if you could hear, if you heard the point that Daniel made earlier, but he was saying that it's came from the perspective of a retail investor. He is saying that his one of the things he's excited about this week was Edifocal, and he is saying that a lot of people seem to have forgotten it in the excitement of all the other things. So he mentioned one of the things he's excited about was this Jamaica Library Service. This Jamaica Library Service notice that was put out. I'm reading it on the Edifocal website. I don't know if you can just give some general clarity around that.
Yeah, man, for sure. So it's a the Jamaica Library Service. What we're most excited about, is our ability to touch, the lives of, adults and children, very, very quick space of time without, having to build out infrastructure to do that. So, it's a win-win. It's a win for Edifocal. It's a win for the Jamaica Library Service. We're planning on doing a lot of work with the spaces. Possibly having corporate sponsors on board to support us. SVL Foundation is a big supporter of Edifocal. Supported us in a big way last year. And they're looking to do some more work with us again in the near future. So hoping to get supporters like SVL Foundation on board again and others. So we're in conversations now. Hoping that we can make some material announcements in the near future.
Word. As pointing out to Daniel, that one of the things that I like about it is, I like when companies do things that outlast them. And I noticed that it was mentioned here that some of the spaces, some of the libraries over the country are not necessarily in the best of their physical state, I'm assuming.
Absolutely. So one of the things, Randy, that one of the announcements that we made yesterday was the event was held at the Tom Joyce Robinson Hall, and one of the costs we gave at that launch ceremony was the renovation of that Joyce Robinson space, which we'll be using for a lot of things, right? Skills training, pep classes, etc. Again, we're looking to have corporate sponsors come on board and support us with this initiative, and we're pretty confident that we'll be able to close a number of companies for that. So we did give our commitment to the JLS that we'll be renovating that space before the end of the year 2022.
When you say that, talking a real thought, renovating mean what? Painting it?
Air conditioning, painting it, ensuring that it's comfortable for the taxi drivers that we'll have to train and assess. Because we do have a tripartite agreement with the British Cab Insurance Company, BCIC, and the Transport Authority. Edifocal is the entity responsible for the training of all taxi drivers across Jamaica. So I'm looking forward to talking about that more.
Well, you're looking forward to talk about it. You can't wait the appetite and then stop like that.
Well, we are the sole responsible for the training of PV drivers across Jamaica. So, that's been out there. We've just not spent a lot of time talking about it.
That is true, actually. I remember